And welcome to Module 3. We made it to the finale, the final module of this Instagram Marketing for Tourism course. And we're going to finish off with a bang talking all things Instagram advertising. Now, the goals for this training, we're going to look at an introduction to advertising on the Instagram platform. We're going to discover the types of ads available to you for your business and different ways you can buy ads within the platform and externally through the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, the 3 lessons and the agenda of what we have in store. Lesson 1 will be the types of ads. Lesson 2, getting started. And lesson 3, your buying ads demonstration. Let's get started. Welcome to lesson 1, where we'll explore the types of ads on Instagram. The goals for this lesson, we'll look at the benefits of Instagram ads, explore the different types of ads, and 3 ways to meet your business goals using Instagram advertising. Now let's kick off with a quote: never stop testing, and your advertising will never stop improving. So we always must experiment. We always must test and always must be measuring our results to keep things improving and keep us growing ourselves and our businesses. I love that one. Let's get started. Let's kick off with looking at the benefits of Instagram ads. Now, when we're looking at any type of advertising, particularly on social media and Instagram and the likes of Facebook, we're really the reason why it is so effective is that, number one, it can drive awareness to a targeted audience back to your account and essentially your business. It helps you increase your customers, increase your community, and increase your ability to have more reach and engagement. And ultimately, it gives you an opportunity to share your story and share your brand and share your purpose amongst a highly engaged audience. Now, when you look at the benefits of Instagram, it really does appear in a very bold, linear format in the center of all the visual inspiration within the newsfeed. So it's very effective as you're scrolling through and being targeted. I certainly find personally when I'm in the app, there's not many ads that are not perfectly suited to my interests and my demographic. So any ad that I see, I'm actually welcome, and it's something that I'm genuinely interested in. So this is an example of a screenshot that I took. Dropbox is a product that I use, and this was for a new product, Dropbox paper, that they were promoting. Now again, if you recall, during our previous lessons where we went through collections and saving material that will be of interest to you, I find I use my collections save feature a lot when it comes to the Instagram advertising that I am served, because it's relevant and I want to save it for later, depending on whether it's a new product like this from a trusted provider that I already use and I'm already a customer of, if it's a new gadget, if it's a new app, if it is a new experience, a tourism experience that I want to save for later to show as an example, I actually put it on my own bucket list. So because of the nature of being highly targeted to your audience, I find it's genuinely well received on the Instagram platform. So there's no blocking from my end on Instagram ads, which is a great bonus for any business taking on Instagram advertising as a serious marketing tool to grow your business. And the other great benefit is it is very cost effective. You set the parameters around your target market and you set the parameters around your budget. Now let's look at the types of ads you can promote and create within Instagram. Now, photo ads tell your story through a clean, simple, and beautiful creative canvas, and photos can be in a square or landscape format. Here's an example of Vivia Retreat, and I loved this. This is an ad that they put together at the last minute. Maybe someone cancelled, or maybe it was a last minute opportunity to fill in their Saturday night. I saw this. I saw this and I snapped it up, where they've put on a graphic, a text overlay over one of their images to say last minute availability this Saturday night, 16th of June. Book now. So I love the immediacy that they created, letting people know that, hey, we've had a room become available, come over and book your place and come and join us. So here's an example of a static photo ad and how it was used on Instagram. Another way is video ads. So you can actually showcase and you can advertise using video. Now the same rule applies with the duration, that it must be 60 seconds. They get the same visual immersive quality as photo ads with added power of sight, sound and motion. Now a lot of the videos too, remember the default is to be on a mute. So if there is someone speaking to camera, it's not a bad idea to go and caption your video. So for those that don't want to unmute or prefer to just watch a muted video, that is not a bad idea within your ads as well. And you can share video that are up to 60 seconds long in, again, just like photos, in landscape or a square format. And here's an example of a video ad that SE ranking. So this is just an ad, a video ad that I found within my Instagram feed that I captured for you. And see, now this is an app that's been promoted, and the call to action that's been used there is was the install now, if you can see that. Okay, now last but not least, another ad type that you can use is carousel ads. Now I must say this is the least popular, and I have not generated anywhere near as much of a successful result as I have with a single photo or video ad. And to be completely honest, I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled even to find an ad that used carousel as part of their ad type. I did not find any. I found plenty of photos and plenty of video, but yet to find any carousel ads to even show you as an example. So although it exists, and this is an opportunity for you to have a carousel ad, which essentially means a variety of different photos and showcase different products within a carousel ad, where it shows you different layers of an ad. It is not one of the most popular. So this is where you can swipe to view additional photos or video in one ad, which is generally used by online shopping retailers, or if you've got a variety of different experiences. However, like I said, I will trial and test and really experiment with single product and call to actions first, and then you can always go and have a play with carousel ads. There's also now, with stories being such a popular new feature, story ads are also a way that you can complement your feed content with ads within the Instagram story functionality. You can connect with over 300 million accounts using stories daily. Can you believe it really has superseded and overtaken Snapchat stories since Instagram launched? Very much the copycat version of what started in Snapchat. And it does give you also the ability to target your ads by reach, by video views, by traffic conversions, app installs, and brand awareness. So very similar to what you can measure and track within your standard Instagram ad. And here's an example of Airbnb taking on Instagram stories as an advertisement. Now, as you can see, this was a video. I didn't take the video, but I've just taken a screenshot, and you can see that it's an ad underneath the the account there, it says sponsored, as does your ads in your standard normal Instagram newsfeed. Okay, let's keep going. Now let's look at 3 ways you can meet your business goals using advertising. Now the 3 ways we are going to look at is creating awareness, consideration, and conversion, being the 3 business objectives that you can look at and consider when you're building your ad. Now when you're looking at awareness, driving awareness of your business, your product, your app, or your service and experience. Now this is done so by measuring your reach and frequency, brand awareness, and being able to generate local awareness. The other way is through consideration. So this essentially means making potential customers more aware of your products or services. And this could be done through website clicks, through video views, and of course through reach and frequency of your ad. Last but not least, conversion. This is the ability to physically increase your product sales, your app downloads, and even visitors to your shop. Okay, physical visitors to your shop, or of course coming through web visitors to your website and converting through to making a transaction through to completion. So we've got conversion rates, or conversion ability to track conversion is through website conversions, through dynamic ads on Instagram, mobile app installs, and mobile app engagement. So you will see a lot of of apps using Instagram ads to get installed or get downloaded. Being an app itself, it's very easy to find it, to showcase an app and then be able to download it straight onto your mobile. So being a mobile platform and mobile advertising works really, really well. Obviously, that's the only way that it can work on the mobile app. So it's very, very popular for app downloads. And there you go. There are your 3 key business objectives when you're looking at your Instagram advertising. Welcome to lesson 2 and getting started with Instagram advertising. What we'll cover in this lesson demonstrate how easy it is to start an Instagram campaign, steps to consider before getting started, and your ultimate ads checklist, which will serve you for your Instagram advertising and for your Facebook advertising. Let's kick off with a quote. Focus on how to be social, not on how to do social. So part of everything that we're talking about with social media, the focus still needs to remain of our ability to be social. Now, without being social, anything that we do and any money that we invest is going to fall short. So it's really still important that even though we're talking about paid advertising and paying to play, we still have an element and a responsibility to our community to use this as a medium to just further enhance our relationships. Let's get started. Let's look at 4 easy steps to get you started. Now, getting started is really quick and easy. Instagram uses the same powerful advertising tools as Facebook. So this way you can set up, run, and track campaigns in the same way that you would with Facebook advertising through Facebook Ads Manager. Now, number 1 way to create a business page and profile is that you must have a Facebook page to run ads and create a free business profile on Instagram. Now, if you have a Facebook page, and even if you don't have an Instagram account, which I would assume at this stage you do have an Instagram account, but Facebook has actually even made it easy for brands and businesses to advertise on Instagram without even having an Instagram account. Number 2 is setting up your ad. So once you select your ad objective, your target audience and your ad format within Ads Manager, and of course your budget as well. It's really simple to set up in easy step-by-step process. Determining your budget. Once you decide how long your ads will run for and what budget you're comfortable with spending, then you can let your ads run and let Instagram and to an extent Facebook do their best using their automation and algorithms to get the best bang out of your buck. And really, you can run ads for as little as $1 a day if you wanted to just start by just testing the waters first. And publish. It's as easy as that with your setup. Okay, publishing your ad really means that your ad is ready to go. You've set your parameters around your target audience, you've set your parameters around your budget, you've set your parameters around your copy and the image or video that you're going to use, and then you're ready to rock. Click publish and you receive a notification when your ad's been approved and ready to run. Now I'll take you through a demonstration of how this works, because part of this too is that you can leave your ads running like a lifelong ad, so it's got no end date. And of course I always encourage you to that you can schedule your ads to stop on a certain date. And as much as you can schedule your ads to stop on a certain date, you can also set up your ads and set them to start on a particular date. So if you know what campaigns are coming up, you can even get yourself organized with your Instagram advertising and say, for example, okay, our Father's Day is coming up in September. What I'll do, I'll set up all of my campaigns now and set Father's Day to start 2 weeks prior, as an example. So it is all very easy to set up, but also to automate it. So you can set it and then forget it and let it do its thing, and then just go in to track and measure your ad. Now, what I've also provided for you as a downloadable guide is your ultimate ads checklist. Now, I highly recommend and advise that you go through this checklist first before you go and run your ad, because this will just give you a really good solid foundation to get you thinking about what is my objective with running this latest campaign. Is it to drive conversion? Is it to drive awareness? Is it to drive email opt-in? Okay, have a think about what is your key objective and your key goal with running your campaign. And then advertising locations. Is it going to be on the page? Like, will you do your ad within the app? Will it be using Ads Manager? We're not going to talk a lot about Power Editor, but certainly for some of you that may be proficient, will it be through Power Editor that you'll be using? And then look at things at like audience. Is it a cold audience? Is it an audience that doesn't already know you and love you? Is it a warm audience? Is it an audience that's already visited your site maybe and we're retargeting ads to them? Or is it a hot audience? Are we going to run our ads to people that already follow us? Okay, and then you can look at things like already having a think about what is my maximum daily budget, and then looking at things like what link will I drive my ad to. So you can have a think about, okay, is it going to be to a specific blog post? Is it going to be on an opt-in landing page? Is it going to be on my booking page directly? And then you can further on, as you can see, just helps you get your head around what is my ad going to look like, what is my headline what is going to be, what is my main copy of my ad going to be, what is my main news feed going to be. So if I'm going to already publish a post and then run ads to that, what's the status update going to be? So I found this for myself to be really useful when I look at all of my campaigns coming up, and I can go through my checklist, and then it makes the process, it takes the guessing out of it when you're live in the platform building your ads. So this is for you. This is my gift to you. Have a play with it, make it your own, and it will definitely make a difference to setting the foundations when you go in and set up your ad campaigns. Here we are. We are at the final stretch, my friends. Lesson 3 of Module 3, and we are at crunch time of looking at how we can actually go about buying ads on Instagram. The goals for this lesson: understand the different ways to set up your Instagram ad campaigns, the benefits of targeting ads through Facebook Ads Manager, and we'll go live into the platform to give you a demonstration, and an introduction into influencer marketing. So another different look at how you can engage and pay to play directly through other influential Instagram marketers. Let's kick off with a quote. Social media is a conversation. Social media is customer service. Social media is advertising. Social media is connectedness. Tick all of the above. That is exactly what we're talking about here. Advertising is only making up one slither of the entire social media pie, and you couldn't have one exclusive without doing all of the other be social type of content and engagement that we've spoken throughout this course. Advertising must complement what we already do organically. Otherwise, you just won't have the same type of cut through and reach and engagement as if you were only to do advertising exclusively on social media. Let's take a look at all the ways we can buy ads through Instagram. Now, there are three ways to buy ads, and really, out of also these three, we're really looking at those top two. Number one, within the app, we can go in within the mobile app to promote our ads, given that we've already set up and linked our Instagram account to our Facebook Ads Manager account, and then directly on our desktop through our Facebook Ads Manager. Thirdly, you could do it through Insta Partners or through a third-party consultant or an agent. But this course is definitely all about empowering you and skilling you up to be able to do this yourself. Now let's have a look at doing it within the app. This is one of the easiest ways to run ads by promoting posts that you've already shared on Instagram. So once you've already shared a post and you see that it had some level of engagement and to an extent virality and popularity, this would be a good indication that, okay, this would be a wonderful piece of content that I can turn into an ad, because it's already giving me proof that it's engaging with the audience that I already have to attract new audiences. So simply by selecting the post that you want to promote, then you can track how many people see and interact with your promoted post in the app. And there are a couple of two different ways that you can do this within Instagram mobile app. So let's jump in to the app and I'll give you a live demo with an existing post of how you can bring it to life and run some ads to it. Let's go. Welcome to your live demo of setting up an ad live within the Instagram platform. Now, what I have brought up here at the moment is the latest blog post on my website, Learning on the Move, Tourism Trading Done Differently. So my key objective of me running an ad on Instagram will be to drive some more traffic to this blog. So now that I will come and I will copy this link, because it's really important that I know what will ultimately be the call to action. Where do I want to drive traffic to? It's going to be not to my homepage, it's going to be directly to this link here. So let's go back into the Instagram platform, and what I will do is I will have a look and go, actually I won't do it on my website. I'm going to change this up, and I want to do it on my branded page, Institute of Excellence. So if I come here and I want to check, here we go. So I did this blog post and I ended up putting this little graphic together to say tourism training done differently, new blog on instituteofexcellence.com. Then I have down here learning on the move in our latest blog, and they can go and click on the link in bio to check it out. Now, the blue button we see directly underneath on the right hand side of the post, we can go in this way to promote the post, and it will take us here where we can set what our primary motivation is, and in this instance it would be more website traffic. Alternatively, if you were to go back and you're not sure which account it was, like this is a very, very fresh new account, you could go up the top, you see under where it says posts and then followers and following, there's another promote button, and it takes you through to select or any of your Instagram accounts. So you could come up here and it's basically doing the same, it's just a different way of going about it. So if I went through here, I could scroll through the top and say, oh, there it is. This is what I want to drive traffic to. And then it would be a matter of hitting next. And there we are back onto that same main outcome and business objective page where we have to answer the question, what is your motivation here? Now, my motivation here, as I stated earlier, is to get more website traffic for this blog. Now, it's registered a link to an existing advertisement that I did for an online training. So I want to edit this, and you can see the little blue edit button under more website traffic. I would go there. Now, I won't do this. Now, my call to action for the previous ad was to book now, because I wanted people to directly register through the ad onto the training. But in this instance, I want people to learn more about, to go and read about of this new exercise and this project that I delivered for Wyndham City Council. So I would hit learn more. Now remember, I want to change here. I want to get rid of this link, and see now that little green button has gone and it's gone into red, and I want to paste the new URL that I have in my directly going to that particular website post on my website. So I'm happy with that. I've changed the URL and I've added the new one, and I've selected my action button as learn more. Once I'm done, I literally hit done in the top left hand corner. So now I can see that it's changed it to the instituteofexcellence.com link, and I am ready to proceed to the next step. Now, if I didn't want to do that, you see you have another two choices where you can say more profile visit to Be Excellent HQ or more promotion views. So I might want to, have Instagram automation drive more views to this particular link, but I physically want traffic to my website. That is my call to action. I want them off Instagram and I want them landing on Institute of Excellence. And this is where having those clear objectives and doing your checklist at the start makes this a no-brainer, because sometimes you can waste a lot of time going, oh, what do I want? Oh, do I want visits? Yeah, I do want visits, and I do want website traffic. So this is a no-brainer. I want them out of Instagram and onto my website. So once I'm happy with that, you can go in the top left-hand corner and hit next. Now we could set our parameters and see up the top there's blue lines taking you through the journey. So I'm literally halfway there now to finishing my ad. So the next step is to set my target audience. Now I can leave Instagram do the work and let them target people that look like my followers. So people that are like my followers. I can select local people in a specific location to target. So if I tap on that, so I've just tapped on local target to set a new audience, and it's just having a little thing. So you see here, it's set to Melbourne, and I can make it broadly a big, 30 kilometers out of Melbourne. I can bring it in and say, no, I want this to be shown to a real, to a small 5 kilometre radius within Melbourne. I want it to be to people between the ages of 25, and yep, I'm happy to leave it at 65, and yes, I am happy to leave it to both. Or if I want it to just be female, I'll just tap on the male and get rid of it, but I want it to be both. Now let's look at the other options. So we had automatic, we just did local, or we can do manual. So we can manually set our objectives. So if I didn't want Victoria, and say for example, I actually wanted to target people interstate in Sydney, I can manually choose them and say, okay, I want Sydney, and I can call this my Sydney audience, Sydney digital, or Sydney tourism audience, audience, and their location. Yep, I'm happy with their location being in Sydney. Now this is where I can choose up to 4 to 10 interests. I can say travel. I can, let's see if tourism is there. Yep, I can choose tourism. I can choose digital mark. Oh dear. Digital marketing. Okay, so now we're having a really good segmented and targeted demographic. I can choose social media. Now, anytime any network like this gives me 10 options, I'm going to make sure I'm going to optimize it with all of my 10 options. Now, check that out. It's actually what's just come up here. Well, that's it. It looks like I've come to my quota. It won't let me choose anymore. Let me just, no, there we go, it just froze on me. So see there, I can also choose here, I can also target other very successful business pages in the social media space. So I can say, yep, I want my ad to run to Sydney people in between these ages that also like Social Media Examiner, and they also like Social Media Today. And I also want people that are into small business, and maybe we can have business development, and maybe education would be another one, because the article is very much about training and entrepreneurship. That's another good one that I would like. Entrepreneurship. See, I can even target the Entrepreneur magazine and the people that follow that. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's let me choose 11. So I'll leave it at that. And I'm going to, because it's a local, that was just to show you that we can choose. I might go back to choosing a Melbourne audience, Melbourne, Australia. Now I'll go back to my age and gender being 25 to 65, and I'll let them both go for both male and female. So now I've done a new targeted audience, and yes, I'm going to do it to my Melbourne tourism audience is what I'm going to call them. Okay, so I will go to next. Now your total spend is, let's let it work out. Okay, so now we've set, and it's come and populated the budget and duration. So it's saying it's all the way down to $1 a day, saying if this is where you want to leave your budget over the next 2 days, you'll spend $2, and your estimated clicks will be anywhere between 6 and 17. I need to direct your attention to down the bottom. It says learn about budget and duration, and you could come here and gain some more information should you want to, but it's all pretty self-explanatory. Now I might say, okay, I'll give this, yeah, I'll be happier with that. I'll give it $3 a day daily budget, and I will set it over 3 days and test the waters and see if in fact I will drive anywhere between 22 to 58 new unique visitors to my website over a 3-day period for a total of for less than $10. So I'll go next, and as you can see, here we go. We're all set. Your promotion might not reach this estimate. Images with text reach fewer people. So this is something very important to note, that Instagram and Facebook do not like too much of a text overlay. So this is really important to note. So I'll still go ahead with it just for the purpose of this training, and I can hit create promotion, but now I have to accept that it may actually come back to me as being rejected because it's too text heavy. There is a rule that your text cannot be any more than 20% of the entire image. But you can see also here at the top there that it's all done to completion. And there you go. So now it's letting me know that thanks, your promotion has been sent for review, and I'll wait to hear for confirmation. And if it's rejected because of the text, I'll just go back and perhaps create a new post or share a photo from that day of when we did the tourism training, and then run an ad to that to be safer. All part of the learning. So I hope you enjoyed that on how you can run an Instagram ad through the promote function on top of your bio, or directly from the promote. And see there now on this particular post, now it does not have promote anymore. It's saying pending approval, and we'll see how we go. Okay, thanks for watching. Let's get back in and now look at how we can run these Instagram ads through Facebook Ads Manager. See you soon. Now that we've had a look at how we can run ads and promote our posts through the Instagram platform itself, let's have a look at the benefits and how we can do the same through Facebook Ads Manager. Now, Ads Manager uses the same powerful advertising tools as Facebook, so you can essentially set up, make changes, and see results for all of your Instagram campaigns, ad sets, and ads in one place. Ad Manager is available on desktop and mobile. Through my personal experience, I found it a lot more user-friendly and able to manage through a desktop. When I do Ads Manager, I like to go through and do it on my desktop. Now, the other benefit of doing Instagram ads on Ads Manager is that you could really kill two birds with one stone. Not that I want birds to be killed, but you can essentially work a little bit smarter and run the same ad to both your Facebook audience and your Instagram audience. So running it through Ads Manager, you don't have to leave it exclusively to Instagram. Running it through Ads Manager, you can run the same ad to both platforms and to the two separate audiences. So there's a benefit there. So let's go into Ads Manager there and now, and I'll give you a live demonstration within the Ads Manager platform. Okay, so here we are. I am now on my Institute of Excellence, Be Excellent HQ business page, and I want to go into Ads Manager. So we're going to dongle down the left-hand side there in the downward arrow, and we're going to create ads, and that will take us through to the Ads Manager platform. Now, something to note as it loads up, Ads Manager gives you 11 objectives. 11. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Phew, they haven't changed things because they often do. So there's 11 objectives here that you can choose from in terms of what your main motivation is in Facebook Manager. But as you can see here in the left-hand side, the first step is campaign objective, and then we create our ad set. And as you go through, it will unlock and give you little ticks as you go through the process. So have a play. I am only showing you one way of how you could run your ad, but depending on what you choose, and the most common that I choose is run traffic to my website. engagement when I want to grow my following, and that is a very important thing to note as I'm on that on Facebook Ads Manager, you can actually grow your Facebook likes and run a like campaign on Facebook, and that is the only thing that you cannot run parallel onto your Instagram. So Instagram, essentially, the ads that you could run on Instagram include traffic to your website, traffic to an app, video watches, app downloads and the like, but not to gain followers on Instagram. It is only now, the objective there is that if you run ads and that you run them to all of those other type of motivations as we did through the Instagram app, then you're going to have brand awareness and you will organically grow your followers anyway. But that's a note to self, that if you are doing something like a page likes campaign, which you would do through engagement, this is exclusive to Instagram, to Facebook only. So for this example and this demonstration, let's go with the same theme that we want to run traffic to our blog post. Okay, so I will name that campaign. We don't want to worry about creating split tests and the like. So the ad set that I want to run is an Australian audience, and I want to run to 25 to 65. Okay, and yes, see here the traffic, we can either choose our website, our app, or you can now, one of the new ones is to run ads to your messenger. So create a new ad. You can create, not an ad. See, at here we're down to traffic and building out our ad set. Now we can create a brand new audience, or we can use a saved audience. And notice here, it's also saved the audience that I've set over on my Instagram targeted audience when I did it through the app. So even via the app, it's getting a little bit more sophisticated and specific, where we can also use that as a targeted option. There are just some more tools here and more features that we can do through the Ads Manager app, through the Ads Manager platform. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the great benefits is that you can run this specifically to both Facebook ads and Instagram consecutively at the same time. So let's go and create a new custom audience, and we'll run with the same flow that I want Melbourne, create new, and I'm not going to custom audience. This is a little bit different, where you can actually upload, do lookalike ads and run ads to your website visitors when you have to set up things like Facebook pixels and so forth. So here I want to run a Melbourne ad, and a 25 a mile radius. That sounds about right. I'm happy with that, and I will leave it. There. Now I can change that simply by, the more you can scroll out, or you can. But I want it to be a little bit more specific. And you can see here it recalibrates the audience. So where it started at 17 million of an Australian audience, I've now refined it to be Melbourne specific and within a 20-mile radius. Now have a look at what happens here. If I change it from 18 to 25 to 65, now it's changed my audience again down to 3 million people. And I always really look at this as a kind of a yardstick that I like to aim within the green, or even a little bit slightly to the left, where I can be more specific than broad. Okay, so I will leave that at that. Now, detailed targeting is the same, where we can specify interests of what our audience might be interested in. So some things that I always specify is tourism, social media. I would like to target digital marketing, Okay, and see when it's already populated, and let's see, Social Media Examiner will be there. Any Melbourne people that like the Social Media Examiner page, I can also go and refine my target audience by their interests. Okay, and now you can see what's happened to my my estimated daily results, and my defined audience has come to 1.2 million people as opposed to 3 million. Okay, so let's leave it at that. Now, connection type. This is where I always, with this particular objective that I want to drive traffic to my website, I'm not interested in running ads to people who already like my page. I would like to run ads to a cold audience and exclude people who like my page, and I can do that there. Now, once I've gotten down to this segment, I can save this audience, and I will save it to IOE, and I will do Melbourne 25 to 65. So when it comes to next time I want to run a similar ad to this, I don't have to recreate the wheel again. Okay, so as we're going through, that looks okay, and it has approved and it's not giving me any errors. So away I go and continue to the next phase of our ad campaign. Now, here is where we can set our creative. Now, what I've already done here, this is set to my Despina page, but I'll leave it at that, because that's the account that is linked, my Instagram account that linked to my Despina Caratius business page. So what I'll do, so there are those carousel ads. I actually want to run a single image for this particular ad, and I do want to run it to both my Facebook page and my business page. Now, this here needs to set a specific image, so I will upload an image that actually I can go, just to show you how this works, you can upload your own image, or you can go and have a look at the free stock images, and you have up to 6 stock images to choose from. So I can do, let's have a look what would come up in training, and see if there's anything that kind of shows group training. So here I will do, actually I don't have it. So just for the sake of this exercise, I actually have some really cool images that are from the actual training of the day, and I would upload those in this instance. But because I'm doing a live demo here, they're actually on my phone and I have to transfer them over to my computer. We'll just use this as an example. But this is not this, and these are not for this particular objective and the blog post that I want to run. These would not be the ideal images. I would add more of the images from the day. So here what I want to do is drive traffic to my website. So I will add this URL of the particular blog post, just like we did on our Instagram page. So it's this one here. It's just thinking. The internet's a little bit on the slowish side today. So I will go here. Okay, so there it is. So see, we actually did learning on the move. We went around this region, and I actually taught on the bus. Check it out. Look at me. I had my little headset, and I delivered training while we were going from location to location. So this is where I mean this would be a perfect image to add into this Instagram campaign, but in the interest of time, this is not something we'll do now. So I will go ahead and copy this URL and add it in here. And then you can go in and add, see, it will populate the the URL now, and learning on the move, learn more. See, now this now is what the mobile news feed, this is what the ad would look like within the Facebook mobile news feed. Now I can come here and say this is what it would look like on the desktop of my Facebook newsfeed, okay, as a sponsored ad. So you can see now the benefits of coming in here and just doing a little bit of extra work and doing it through Facebook Ads Manager, because you can choose both any of these platforms or mediums where, you know, I normally, those are the three that I choose: mobile newsfeed, desktop newsfeed, and Instagram feed. And see, this is what it would look like within an Instagram feed. So it's all a little bit, it's all slightly different. And also stories. This could be a sponsored ad on your stories, and once you swipe up, you can go directly to the Instagram post. So had I had the right image, I would definitely go forth with this. Now, something else that I want to direct your attention to, and will go being in the interest of doing this as an Instagram post, is your text and your copy. Now, there is a limit amount of text, but the one piece of advice that I can give you around copy and what you put into the body of your headline and your text is to be able to always think about how this will benefit them. How will this benefit your audience? And the more you can add you into your copy, the more you can bring them into this journey, because they're on the other side seemingly scrolling through their feed thinking, what's in this for me? So in this instant, I could say, if you like to learn by doing, this learning experience is something you want to read about. So now I'm saying this is, if you dig learning and you want to do, and you're into learning and exploring, this is something that you want to read about, okay? So have a little play with that. Now this is also, now newsfeed link description. Now this goes back into, if you were to go into your desktop newsfeed, so desktop newsfeed, you can add a further descriptions here and say a day out like no other. Okay, so this here within your newsfeed, you can actually change the writing here to go within to be more specific to your article. Okay, so here you can almost do like a little summary of what it would look like on your newsfeed. So once you're happy and you've chosen where you want your Instagram to place, and you go through and look at your mobile newsfeed and your desktop newsfeed and your Instagram newsfeed, you could go in and essentially hit confirm. I won't do that in this instance, but certainly once you hit confirm, you have got all of those placements, and see how the images are changing over here. Because I only chose 3 images, it's giving me a preview of all of those 3. So in what I would do here is go in and choose all the different images from the day, and you have up to 6 different types of creative that you can choose for your ad. So I hope that helps and gives you some more insight. And the best way to learn, my friends, is to go in here, take your checklist that I shared with you earlier, go through what blog posts, what new news, what events, what opt-in, if you've got an opt-in like subscribe to your newsletter landing page, that would be an amazing way. Now that is one of the most popular way, or one of the most used ads that I run to build my email database. But I hope this gives you some real inspiration and motivation, and show you just how easy easy it is for you to experiment and go and give this a go for yourself. The third way you can engage in Instagram advertising is to outsource. Now, when you're short on time or need additional help, Instagram partner, and this is something that's done through Instagram for Business. They have outsourced, and they've sourced, I should say, partners that can deliver creative. Now, I would imagine this is for businesses at a much larger scale, but I do like to just share this information with you of their program partners, and I've added a link here. Alternatively, I am sure there are many local digital agency and local social media marketing consultants that can help you get you started in the right way should you need that type of assistance. But I have no doubt and no question in your ability to be able to nail this yourself. But I just want you to let you know about, that it is possible, and there are lots of people out there that run businesses and are there to help small to medium businesses, and there's even a lot of people that focus and specialize in helping tourism businesses to be able to help you set up these type of campaigns should you not have the time or the resources to be able to do that yourself. Okay, let's keep moving on. And when it comes to your targeted Instagram ads, you can really have the opportunity to reach the people who matter most to you and the people that you matter most to them. So the 7 Instagram features, as we've shown through the demonstrations, both through in the platform and through Ads Manager, you're looking at locations, interests, demographics, behaviors, custom audience, lookalike audience, and you can also have automated targeting. Now, location, really, what we looked at was targeting people based in specific locations such as countries, regions, cities, or it's got counties, that's more specific for US, or particular countries. Interests, we're looking at reaching people based on interests such as the apps they use, ads they click on, and accounts they follow, like I gave you the example with Social Media Examiner. Demographics, looking at narrowing your audience based on information such as age, gender, and languages. All the different behaviors, defining how your audience by activities they do on and off Instagram and Facebook for that matter. Now, custom audience, this is something I'd really like you to start getting the practice and getting used to building your own custom targeted audience, but you can also run further customized audiences that you can upload your email address and email database or even contact list of phone numbers and run ads to those people. And there's also opportunity within Ads Manager that you can run lookalike audience. And this is where the platform can find new people who are similar to the demographics and geographics of existing customers. And automated targeting, where the platform can help you quickly create an audience who might be interested in your business using a variety of signals, including location, demographics, and interests. So they are pretty much the 7 key features that you can look at using within your Instagram targeted audience objectives. So let's look at Instagram advertising. Let's summarize that the easiest way to run ads is promoting posts that you've already shared on Instagram. That is by far. You saw how easy it was for me to build out a targeted audience and push out a post to new people that have already, to a post that I've already populated and created within Instagram. So simply by selecting the post that you want to promote, then tracking how many people see and interact with your promoted post directly within the app. Now remember, going way back to, I think it was even the first lesson in the first module, all of those insights are readily available for you within the app. So if you just want to rock your Instagram as a single platform, that would be a brilliant way forward for you. If you do want to leverage your advertising creative and your advertising dollar and run your ads consecutively both on Facebook and Instagram, Ads Manager would be the perfect solution for you. Another element of promoting your experiences and your products and your services through Instagram is through influencer marketing, and this is something that I want to finish off in this particular module. So when we're talking about influencer marketing, what is it exactly? So this is where we can identify individuals that have influence over potential buyers and orients marketing activities around these influencers. Now, if you can look at your marketing activity in this as a trifecta, okay, so where it is broken up into three key specific areas. Paid advertising, we've talked about not just social media advertising, but also anything that you might be doing by way of pay-per-click or display advertising through your Google AdWords. And then there's owned media, and this is where the importance of content comes into play, where you look at your own property, your own digital assets when it comes to your website, your mobile website, your blog site and your blog posts, your social media channels. So these are all properties that make up your own media. And then we have earned media, and this is where influencers come in. And earned media is when you have done such a good job with your marketing and with your content that others want to share it to their audiences. And this is where your content is shared, where you get mentioned, where you get reposted, even reviews come into play as earned media, particularly, of course, positive reviews. You've done such an excellent job that your customers and visitors have taken the time to go and become part of your marketing team and showcase to the world why others should consider staying or doing your experience as well. So influencer marketing in a nutshell identifies the individuals that have influence over potential buyers and orients marketing activities around these key influencers. So just to reiterate that influencers are mainly, it's very different to celebrities. Now they become well known and famous because through their work. However, influencers are your average daily people that through their authentic nature of producing their own thoughts, opinions, experiences, through what they share, organically build custom audiences around what they do and what they showcase. So it's a tribe of very not only targeted but authentic audiences that really trust and nurture this relationship with these influencers. So even from the influencer perspective, they are very careful in what they market and what they showcase to their audiences, particularly if it's on a paid arrangement. So a social media influencer, a user on social media who has established credibility in a specific industry. A social media influencer has access to a large audience and can persuade others by virtue of their authenticity and reach. Now coming through to a micro influencer, now they have a direct personal connection with their audience because they have a very intimate sense of who they are and what they like. A micro influencer not only understands his or her audience members, but they truly respect them and they wouldn't jeopardize. Now I hear the best of the best, if there is even a lot of influencers that I've read about, and the best of the best, if they find that a particular product or experience is not aligned with their values, and they feel even though whatever money is thrown at them, if it's something that could jeopardize that relationship with their audience, that is not a step or a pathway that they will take. So it's it's a very mutual and a very respectful relationship, and it's not something, and building these relationships as brands with the influencers is very important and needs to be treated with the utmost care and respect. So influencers in business are individuals who become the power to affect purchase decisions of others because of their real, or perceived authority, knowledge, position, or relationship. So in consumer spending, members of a peer group or reference group act as influencers. And of course, also brands can act as influencers. So people have spent time building their own brand, and cultivating their audience will be naturally protective of their reputation and the people who trust them most. So in effect, people who've spent time building their own brand and cultivating their audience will be naturally protective of their reputation and the people who trust them most. Now, if you're wondering how would I even start working with an influencer, here are 7 ways for you to consider. Number 1 is gifting goods and services. Now, when I say gifting goods and services, this is without any expectation of anything in return. Now, if you want an influencer to come and enjoy your experience and come and see your venue or come and enjoy your attraction, now by way of an invitation, you can gift them the opportunity, but certainly without any expectation in return of a positive review or a post on Instagram or a blog post. This would be in exchange for goodwill and in the hope that they will do something positive. Naturally, when you build these relationships, it is a positive outcome, but it's really important to know that if you are gifting goods and services, you need to go into these type of relationships with the proviso and the expectation of expecting nothing in return. Number 2 is through sponsored post. So you can actually pay influencers to be able to actually promote your experiences and your products by promoting them on their Instagram profiles. The only caveat to that it must be very transparent and make it known to the consumer that it is a sponsored arrangement. And the way to do that is through a hashtag ad or a hashtag sponsor, or let it be known in some way that this was a commercial arrangement. Product review. So having influencers come and review your product, again, that is by way of, it's a different kind of way by gifting, so they can come and enjoy your experience with the expectation that there will be a review done. However, again, if there's also feedback that is constructive and not in the positive light, they also have the right to review your product as they see fit and as they see will add the most value to their audience. Because remember, they are always protective of their authenticity and the respect that they have for their audience. Giveaways is another way. So actually gifting your product that they can promote as a competition to their audiences is also a great way to work with influencers. Influencer competitions is another way. Now, this isn't just with individuals. I mean, you look at the example that we shared in an earlier module around competitions and the way Peninsula Hot Spring. Now, Peninsula Hot Spring, they have a really large following. Now, getting together as smaller businesses to collaborate with influential businesses like a Peninsula Hot Springs or any other big attraction or accommodation in your own backyard is a great way of using influencer marketing. Guest posts. So this could be a way that I see a lot with influencers, can let them take over your account for the day. Like actually let them be the guest poster for your account for the day, for the week. Let them share the stories. So I've seen that happen very successfully, where businesses give over admin to an influencer, where they go in and take over and post as they would post and show your product through their eyes and their experience to your audience. And last but not least, through affiliate marketing programs. So this is programs where it could be, again, there could be money exchanged for a certain number of posts or a blog post, but also it could be a relationship where there is a percentage of the sale given back to the back to the influencer, so on a commission type structure. So there are some different ways for you to consider on how you could potentially work with an influencer in your market or your specific industry and location. Now, as much as there are authentic and amazing influencers out there doing really fabulous work in building authentic and real and amazing audiences, I do also want you to beware of the phony influencer. There is nothing worse when you realize an account you've been following or a person you've been following has bought all of the people that follow them, is buying comments, is buying likes. It is really one of those Sandra D moments that you realize they're a fake and a phony, and you'd really wished you never laid eyes on them. So what are some ways that you can tell when an influencer could be a real phony baloney and have this very same moment? Now, if you go into Instagram and you look at a hashtag like ad, there are millions of ad and sponsored ads, sponsored posts coming up on the platform. Now, I did this to gain some examples to share with you as part of this course. And these are the first 3 posts from influencer accounts that came up onto my feed. Now, I looked at this first one. I thought, okay, she must be like some type of a fitness guru and sponsoring and running an ad for the sports clothes. Now, as I look closer, I looked at this Madison Valerie and I thought, wow, she's really getting a lot of traction. There's 13,000 likes. There was thousands of comments. And then I went on to look at her profile. What I found very interesting to start with this Madison is that she has 123 followers, but you can see she's only had 52 posts. Now, as someone that's done 2,000 posts for and I only have nudging 5,300 followers, I think, well, if you're not a celebrity and you're not someone that's well known, how can this be possible? So I delved a little further. Now, this here is a sure way to find out at a glance that someone is not being truthful and they've bought fake follower accounts. At a glance, when I looked at Madison's followers, this is all clickable and you can see through to the followers, and this is what I want you to do when someone approaches you with their amazing opportunity for you to pay them to post their products or give them your experiences. At a glance, you can see there are a few accounts that show up that have numbers in them. Now, when you look further to this, I looked at her very first post on her account, and the very first post had over 3,000 likes. Now, that is virtually impossible. So then I looked down further up, kind of halfway through, Madison must have got the lowdown that, okay, if I'm going to buy likes, I should really complement my likes by buying comments as well. And then you can see again comments that are full of numbers. And if you look at these accounts, like I clicked on this Serena account, you can see there's nothing there. The account is private, it's full of numbers, and that is another way. You can see it's full of numbers and it's a private account, and a lot of the followers that she had that even just by a random stock take looked like this as well. So this is something for you to really look out for and for you to really take note of. Now, the flip side to fake phony followers or influencers, I should say, that have bought fake followers and comments and likes is the way that you can look out for and reach out to genuine influencers. Now, someone like Zoe Foster Blake, Hamish Blake, the very popular radio host, and he's always on TV. His wife, she's an influencer in her own right as a businesswoman, as a travel writer, as an author. So this year she's got 651 followers. She's following 417, but just by way of looking at her content and looking at what she's sharing and the influence that she has over any brands that she is advocating and being an ambassador of really shines through. So here's a travel business, in Queensland, Qualia Resort, that actually saw that she's pregnant for the second time. They would be in need of a baby moon, and they've reached out to Hamish and Zoe and said, come and have a week away on us. Now, on their part, this would not have been an arrangement. No, we're giving you this, and in return we expect you to write about us, post about us every day. It wouldn't be like that. This was a reaching out as a kind gesture to two very influential Aussies that are about to have a baby, and in turn they did enjoy their time there. She did 2 posts to her thousands of followers, but it was done very, very authentically. So even though it was something that was gifted to them, there was no expectation in return, and in turn Qualia Resort put themselves on the map by having these two join them. So these are the 2 posts that she did from the resort. There was no, and it was still very much authentic to her followers and authentic to the nature of who she is and how she promotes, it's not even promote, how she shares her experiences. So that's a great example there of what working, or how you would gift or reach out to an influencer like Zoe. So when an influencer approaches you, something to look out for is really do your research. I've shared with you some ways you can go and look at how you can kind of gauge whether it's an authentic or influencer or not. Have a policy, so have something around, set the benchmark. If someone reaches out to you for a freebie or is reaching out to you for money to post, have some type of a policy on your part. Now, I know in my experience in managing a tourism business in the past, I really had something that if we are to that we will not pay for you to we will not pay for any post, but we will in kind offer you a free of charge experience in return for the promotion. Now, some influencers would will see that as a fair arrangement. Others didn't and would expect a freebie plus payment on top, and that's just not people that we would engage in business with. Okay, take the lead. This is where someone like Qualia Resort, they were following Zoe, they were watching her story, they would have been engaging with her, liking, commenting. Okay, so nurturing that relationship and then taking the lead to invite her. So as much as influencers can approach you, take the lead and look around the marketplace of who has influence, who's sharing great content, and then reach out and start that relationship and that conversation with them. Be the influencer. So take this approach of doing this for your region and your destination and other products and experiences in your backyard. There is nothing to stop you from doing a product review for another business that complements what you do. So if you're an accommodation property, what's to stop you from being the influencer and working with industry to say we want to create a new blog post on things to do around our region, and I'd like to start with you. When would be the best time for me to come and join your experience? And I'd like to extend the same invitation to you if you'd like to come and experience my product and experience and write a review on us. So there are many different ways that you can take this leading role and be the influencer and the ambassador within your own backyard and collaborate and create these opportunities for each other. This is something that I really recognized lately for myself, even, that for you to be able to do something like this by way of a media kit, okay, in terms of really taking note of your digital assets and what it is that you offer and that you can offer, be it an influencer or another business that you want to collaborate with. I would encourage you to really take stock of your social media assets and also your website assets, the traffic that's coming to your site, and anything else that you are actively pursuing out there in the digital market space, because it will give you influence and it gives It gives you just a real heads up in when you're coming to the party with these conversations and approaching these influencers in businesses to work together. Become each other's influencers. Yes, collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. So, as an action item here, I want you to be able to go and do a search. Think about people that you've had in mind that you've wanted to work with, and make a list. Who is it that you've really wanted to work with, business or individual? And go ahead and even do a search. Use those hashtag search terms that we know about now, and go ahead and make those lists and make those connections. So there you go. And that's a wrap to our module 3 and lesson 3 of Instagram marketing for tourism. There we have it, my dear Instagram marketers and dear friends. Thank you so much for joining this course. I am forever grateful. To give you a summary of what we've covered in this final module: types of ads and different ways to advertise on Instagram, how you can get started and what to consider for this platform, process to buying ads through the platform and through Ads Manager, and what is influencer marketing and ways that you can implement this approach. People don't buy goods and services, they buy relationships, stories, and magic. At the end of the day, they're buying you and what you do. That comes from one of my all-time favorite marketers, Seth Godin. So you keep on doing what you do so well, and the world and the universe will come back and give it all back to you. So I want to thank you. Please stay connected. Please give me feedback on how you found this course experience. It is my very first one, so I will love your feedback. If you enjoyed the experience and you enjoyed the content, I would love a review on any of my Facebook pages, be it Despina Karatius or Be Excellent HQ. Alternatively, if there's ways that I can improve, please send me an email directly, despina@instituteofexcellence.com. But send me an email anyway. I would love to hear from you. So without further ado, there's my little review page. And if you please also, if you do leave any reviews, please tag your business name and on your Facebook page and include your website. And I will be sure to also share that in what clients say on my website with a link back to you. I am forever grateful that you chose to take this journey with me, and I will look forward to serving you more as we go through this journey and produce some more training material to help the small business tourism community. And until next time, my friends, please be excellent, and I will look forward to catching up and seeing you very soon. All the very best.